Oh, hello there, friends, and thank you for joining me for another tutorial in Photoshop. I've been asked by a number of people how I put my logos on my images, what app I use. I don't use an app, I use Photoshop, and I create an action in Photoshop to do that. So with that, let's start with this image that I shot the other night. It's a very large image. That's not the size that I upload to the internet. So I'm going to resize that right now. And it's going to be, right now it's at 8256. So I'm going to downsize that to 2048. Uh, when I do verticals, I do a height of 2048 and wide by 1365. And in most cases, when I do have vertical, I have a separate action to place my logos in those, because once I create a action, that logo on this particular size image will always go in this lower left, lower right side of the image. So this will be downsized now. And there it is. I'm going to bring it up to size. And let me get some things across to you about how we do this. You see in this action area, you got different folders. Inside those folders are different actions. Well, I have watermark signatures, and in there I have a couple of different signatures that I created. Also, ones that I use when I'm working with another photographer. I have his logo in there with my name on it. So if it's an image that's basically created under his business, and there are his, then my logo with my name on it with his image logo on it are put on the image. So I'm going to be creating inside the new logos. This is where all the logos that I've gotten from photologo.com. You can go check them out on the internet. They're relatively inexpensive depending on how many you want and what you need with them. But I've had a few created, and I think they're very good. They're PNG files. They have a transparent background. The other thing is that in this action, where you place your PNG files that have your logo, they need to stay in that spot, because when the action goes looking for the logo to create it on the image, then they got to find it in that folder. So with that, let's get started with the action. So here's the plus sign where you can see create new action. So we're going to create a new action, and I'm going to call this new logo. And because I like to do shortcuts and not have to go inside here and click on it and then hit this arrow, I'm going to sit there and do a function key selection. So I pick F5, and I'm going to do the shift and command for that, and I hit record. Okay, now we go find the logo where it's at in the folder. Here it is in my folder. I'm going to double click on it. It will open up. I'm going to shift C for copying, and I'm going to close it. And there's a reason for that. Once you use the actions, if you don't have close in here, then that logo is going to stay open there, and you'll have to close it manually each time. So shorten the action by just having to close in there now. Now I'm going to do a paste. Command V on an apple, and here's your logo. I'm going to resize it. Command T, and I'm going to grab a corner. I'm going to drag it down to the size that I usually like, which is about right about there. I think that'll be a good size. And we'll place it down here where I want it to be. Okay, I deselect it. Now, if your image has a lot of light area where you place your logo, the white's not going to show up good. You can get them in black, but what I like to do is with a white, I'll go down here to the FX box in here, and I'll click the drop shadow. My selection for drop shadow is distance is going to be a 3 pixel, spread's going to be 4, and the size is 5. And I click OK, and the drop shadow's added. Now watch this little area that I'm circling down here. You can see around Paul. If I turn off the effect, you see how it gets brighter? That's not going to work well against the light background because you won't have anything to separate the the logo from the background. So that's why I use the drop shadow. Well, we've got it where we want it. We've got the whole action created. So let's hit the stop button. And you can see through here, here's open. That's copy. This is all starting because your image is already opened. So you're going to open the logo, copy it, close the logo, paste it. Transform the size and set where you want and do all your stuff. That's your whole action right there. So to show you it works, let's throw this in the trash. And I'm going to do the long way. I go in there and I find, oh, here's my new logo. Let's hit this little arrow and there's your logo. Now, the shortcut way, let's get rid of it again. And I'm going to do Command Shift and F5. There it is. So you see how quick and easy it is? Now, if I had not put that close in there, that area, that image of the logo would still be here, and I'd have to click on it and, deselect it. So I hope you enjoy this video. You understand how each step goes to create the action. Like I said, I have a bunch of different selections in there. I've got the circular white. That came from PhotoLogo. So I highly recommend checking photologo.com. And if you like this video and you've gotten something from it, please click on the subscribe button in the lower right under the video. And also click on the bell so you get notifications whenever I upload new tutorials. So with that, go out, take some great pictures, watermark your images with your logo using the action, and have a great time. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day.